For our weekly Sunday sunset chat. We do this every week for 20 minutes. We have a chat on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter, which I guess I should now call X. My latest forecast is at CWG.news/latest. Anytime you need us, we're at capitalweathergang.com. We're talking about tonight's flood watch and the severe storm threat tomorrow that could bring a wider multiple varied threat menu to our region tomorrow. We have numerous storms possible. We'll dive into that in just a moment. So first things first, our flood watch is in effect tonight until 2 a.m. Make sure you turn around, don't drown if you encounter any water-covered paths forward. Good evening, David. Good evening, Peter. Thanks so much for tuning in, and I appreciate seeing you on Facebook. Other than this ending at 2 a.m., radar is continuing to cycle through one last round of rain this evening. We just tweeted at Capital Weather on Twitter how the Beyonce concert, I think, has maybe 20 more minutes or so at this point. One more wave of showers coming through FedEx Field, so we'll keep you posted. But so far, no flood warnings or flash flood warnings, and very little severe weather activity in our immediate region as it stands now. This is a great hazard slide for tomorrow from the National Weather Service. We have a lot to discuss tomorrow, and I don't want you to have to glaze over or have fatigue when we discuss all of this. It is a high probability that we do see some severe weather tomorrow. First off, it's going to be hot and humid. We could see heat index values near to around 100 degrees. So it's going to be very steamy, and these severe storms could bring a menu of threats tomorrow, damaging wind gusts over 57 miles per hour, large hail over an inch in diameter, and we could even see a few tornadoes, unfortunately. So start having just your batteries charged, maybe your generator, ready to go if needed. Know where in your house the lowest, most center area of your house is away from windows. It doesn't necessarily have to be a basement. Even if you have a bathroom on the ground floor away from windows and somewhat in the center of your house, that is another good option if we do indeed see a few tornadoes tomorrow. No need to be anxious, just want you to be prepared. Here's a 4-panel presentation graphic on top from the Storm Prediction Center and some numbers here on the bottom that I included in my CWG.news/latest PM updates on capitalweathergang.com. Happy wet Sunday to you, Kristen, as well. If you can head out early, Charlene, tomorrow to Delaware, that is better than later. Peter, thanks so much for tuning in from Facebook. Hi, Miss Marie we've got you from YouTube. The commute on Monday evening, generally the time frame, if you can commute early home tomorrow afternoon, that is better than waiting until later afternoon into evening. There's a time frame estimate as of right now that I've posted in our PM updates at capitalweathergang.com. Hello, Middletown, Virginia. Chris, good to see you on Facebook. David, I do think we could see another flood watch issued tomorrow. That's a great question. Yep, Missouri, we've got Beyonce at FedEx Field tonight. Jack, tomorrow also could be a challenge for evening concerts, so please stay tuned to us at capitalweathergang.com. Follow us on Twitter, X at Capital Weather. And overall, I want everyone to stay weather alert tomorrow. Have more than one way to get your severe weather warnings, please. It doesn't have to just focus on capitalweathergang.com here at the Washington Post. Rick, all is quiet expected from the Hurricane Center for the next 7 days in the tropics. We've got David. Please, indeed, even if you're on a second-floor apartment, a bathroom without windows is a great call. Maria, or if you're in an apartment building, can head to the basement. That's also great if there's a common lower floor. Maria, thanks so much for tuning in. Hello to you. And Eric, nice sunset. I'm sorry that you're inside watching this and missing the sunset. Hey, Paul. Percival, got a little bit of rain. Charlene, thanks for tuning in. And Rebecca, good evening to you as well from Facebook. And I think I can get most of my Twitter comments as well. Let me know if you have any questions or comments. I'm Camden Walker for capitalweathergang.com discussing our severe weather threat for tomorrow. We could indeed see another round of flooding downpours tomorrow like we are at a couple locations tonight, but nothing widespread, thank goodness, for flooding issues tonight. But a flood watch could be issued again tomorrow. That's what this graphic indicates. At least a 15% chance of flooding downpours. Ruth Elisa, you're on all channels tonight. I love that. And Susie, you're most welcome. And Rebecca, good evening. All right. So also the rain over the next 7 days could help our drought situation, which is still like a little patch of it north of DC. 1-2 inches of rain. A lot of this could fall in the next 24 hours very quickly. A quick inch of rain is all it takes for a brief amount of flash flooding, so we'll have to watch that tonight and tomorrow night as well. Here are our social media channels. I'm simulcasting to you live on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. Thanks for tuning in to one or more of our social media channels. Anytime you need us, we're at capitalweathergang.com. Our severe weather expert, Jeff Halverson, has looked at this one panel of a possible radar signature for tomorrow night around 9 p.m. But stay tuned for better timing. Don't take this at direct face value here. It's one possible scenario how radar could look in a simulated manner, a forecast radar image there. But what he was noticing is that we have perhaps a line of thunderstorms heading toward us later tomorrow, mid to late evening. So that is one possible scenario. We could get through our commute around 5 or 6 o'clock tomorrow relatively unscathed. But of course, we'll keep you posted at capitalweathergang.com tomorrow as we get closer. We don't see discrete pop-up, popcorn, hit-or-miss storms tomorrow. It could indeed be a line. So it's something to keep in mind when this is coming toward us. We all want to hunker down for the time being and let it pass tomorrow. PM update is right here. My latest forecast at CWG.news/latest, or go to capitalweathergang.com. We've got Susie on the reports, Ruth Elisa, hello, and Kyle. Second floor windowless bathroom is about, I'd rather you be away from windows. Yep, lower level with windows, or second floor windowless bathroom if it's on the interior part of your building. If there are a few tornadoes tomorrow, that's a good call, Kyle. Windowless bathroom, as interior as you can get on that floor. Rick, tonight's storms produced heavy rain around 6 p.m. in Fairfax. Thanks for that report. We've got Lewis. You might want to leave work a little bit early tomorrow and babysit the sump pump. I can't argue with you there. We could indeed have some issues with some flooding downpours again tomorrow. All right, so I think that is the near-term forecast we're going through right now. We're focusing on tonight's flash flood watch until, I think, 2 a.m. It is in effect until 2 a.m. We could see another flood watch issued tomorrow. That's one of many threats on the severe weather menu for tomorrow, which this map of shading in the orange indicates we have a 2 out of 5 chance. Numerous strong storms are possible tomorrow, so we are going to, all of us, stay weather alert. No need for weather anxiety. We don't see any need for hypervigilance, but we encourage you to have communication methods, batteries in your radio if you have one. Find where you can seek shelter, interior, away from windows. No matter what floor you're on, just get away from windows and be as interior on that floor as possible. But if you can get low and center into like a basement or even first floor, that is slightly better if there is a secure area for you to gather in. So we do see the chance, a slight chance, for a few tornadoes tomorrow, which is rare in our region, so we're just flagging that. And right now, in the kind of shorter term, tonight through 2 a.m., we do have a flood watch in effect. So remember, turn around, don't drown. If you encounter a water-covered path forward on foot, on bike, on car, please turn around and do not drive through anything water-covered. You don't know how deep it is and how fast the water is moving. Thank you. Radar is pretty active this evening, but the good news is we have very few, if any, severe problems, severe warnings right now, or flood warnings at this time. All right, we've got Christopher. Don't think this is a possible derecho situation tomorrow from what all of us are reading. If our severe weather expert, Jeffrey Halverson, agrees with that tomorrow, we'll update you at capitalweathergang.com, but it looks like, and I'll go into that slide in a moment, just kind of a one single line ahead of the cold front tomorrow of thunderstorms, with maybe 1 or 2 supercells near the Beltway tomorrow evening as well. We could see a tornado watch tomorrow, David. That is a good question, in addition to a possible flood watch tomorrow as well. Maureen, do keep flexible on outdoor events and concerts tomorrow as well. And here's the hazard slide that the National Weather Service put together that I do like. We're first off going to be pretty hot and steamy tomorrow. That kind of sets the stage for percolating the atmosphere. Very hot, steamy, unstable air is over us. It's going to feel like near 100 degrees when combining the air temperature with the humidity. And as it shaded here in the orange, the orange has actually expanded since this slide was made. We have a 3 out of 5 chance, an enhanced chance of seeing severe storms tomorrow. There are multiple threats: flooding downpours, damaging winds, large hail over 1 inch, and the damaging wind gusts qualify when they're over 57 miles per hour, large hail when it is 1 inch or greater in diameter, and yes, a few tornadoes. And it's not certain what the strength of those tornadoes might be and how long, if any, would they develop, would they be on the ground. So we need to watch that for tomorrow. It is a multiple threat. The menu is wide open for what the severe storms could deliver toward us tomorrow. So on the top here is a graphic for you, a 4-panel graphic from the Storm Prediction Center. Excuse me, and I broke it down on the numbers here below so that this is out of my PM update at CWG.news/latest. So up here in the upper left, that's the shaded orange area. That's our enhanced 3 out of 5 chance for severe weather tomorrow. In the upper right corner here, we've got the tornado threat tomorrow, 5 to 9% chance of tornadoes. And the lower left, that is where we're looking at large hail potentially. That has 1 inch or more in diameter. That's roughly 15 to 29% chance tomorrow for large hail. And in the lower right-hand corner, that's kind of our primary threat tomorrow, our damaging wind gusts over 57 miles per hour. Let me take a quick sip of water. All right, David, do I see the DC severe weather hold tomorrow? I do not. I want all of us to be weather aware around the Beltway region tomorrow. Clouds, if they do remain longer than currently forecast tomorrow, Todd, that is a great question. More clouds, less severe weather threat tomorrow overall as an amount. So that's great. We want clouds tomorrow if you're rooting for less severe weather like I am. And again, the time frame tomorrow I broke down there, roughly 5 to 10 p.m. tomorrow is the time frame. But we, I think, are aiming for a severe weather update around 10 a.m. tomorrow morning from our severe storms expert, Jeffrey Halverson, and our team lead for data, Ian Livingston. Allergens are behaving, Kristen. That's great. They're probably not zero. I think we've had a little bit of grass every now and then. But allergens, pollen is generally, and spores are generally behaving themselves. So that's a great question. Downpour chances are there tomorrow. Flooding downpour chances, again, one of our threats tomorrow. We could see another flood watch issued. The rain could fall pretty quickly. We might see a quick inch of rain in some of these thunderstorms tomorrow. Overall, by the time you talk to me the next 7 days, northeast of DC could see 2 inches or more of rain. So this is helping the last bits of drought that are in our region, especially in a corridor just north of DC. And I'm on YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook right now, and here is a analyzed slide of what possibly around 9 p.m. tomorrow night one weather model thinks the radar could look like, the radar scope. Jeffrey Halverson, our severe weather expert, thinks this is indicative of one kind of line of thunderstorms instead of more discrete, singular supercell pop-up thunderstorms. So this is just, don't take it at direct face value as a direct forecast, but what it tells us is that we might be able to see this line marching toward us from west to east tomorrow. That gives us some heads up, some time to kind of put into action what we are planning in advance. If we need to seek shelter or be flexible in our plans tomorrow, always have a plan B in the back of your mind with a severe weather day as we are potentially going to see tomorrow. The latest forecast is CWG.news/latest, and if this line it does move kind of in a formal way west to east tomorrow, we will be able to, give you the all clear. As it does pass, we'll want to hunker down and stay inside and sheltered until it fully passes tomorrow. So that's, in a way, if I was going to take a severe weather threat, I'd rather have a line or two of storms kind of on radar, being able to be monitored instead of single, very strong supercell thunderstorms developing without much warning. This way we can at least watch things march from west to east throughout the region. David, indeed, slowly but surely, the drought is dwindling. West of town will be on closer to the 5 p.m. time frame, and east of town has a higher chance of strong storms toward 10 p.m. tomorrow night. Paul, I hope that answers your question. Rick, I think we could still see some downpours tonight until about 2 a.m. So keep in mind the flood watch does go until 2 a.m. tonight. Radar should quiet down, and yes, the flood watch could be allowed to expire before 2 a.m. But the weather models still are generally finding some dynamics in the atmosphere past midnight tonight for a few more downpours possible. And think about the soil already soaked. It'll take even less rain to potentially produce a very quick flooding threat issue localized wise. All right, you need some rain there in Middletown, Virginia. I'm glad you got a little bit there, Christopher, today, thankfully. Right now, tonight's line is not moving all that fast. I would estimate 25 to 35 miles per hour, Jeff. So we are estimating, as we did tweet on Twitter, on X, about 45 minutes ago, any given location tonight should only see about 30 to 45 minutes of heavy rain. So I hope that does answer your question. And Kristen, lower humidity. That is a good question. I think our dew point scale here, we might get down toward the 60-degree mark on our dew point scale for Tuesday and Wednesday. Let me get this up in the center there. So we could see more comfortable air on Tuesday, maybe by afternoon after the front fully pushes through. And Wednesday looks like a rain-free day, pretty sunny and pretty comfortable, Kristen. So keep that in mind if you're looking forward to that as much as I would be. All right, latest forecast at CWG.news/latest. I'm on the air another 3.5 minutes. I'm Camden Walker for CapitalWeatherGang.com. We're going to keep you posted as the flood watch expires around 2 a.m. tonight. That's our main threat tonight, is flooding downpours. Tomorrow is a multiple threat situation with a decent, unfortunately, 3 out of 5 chance that we see numerous strong to severe storms tomorrow. Flooding downpours, a few tornadoes, large hail, and damaging wind gusts. It is going to be an active weather day tomorrow. 5 to 10 p.m. tomorrow is generally the time frame we're currently working with, but we'll have an update for you, a better update with the latest information at 10 a.m. tomorrow morning as well. That's what we're aiming for. Kristen, you're most welcome. Paul, next weekend is looking a little bit active, humid, warm, and perhaps some showers and storms. Not a clear signal on that just yet. Carol, I'm glad you got a good downpour. Summer downpours indeed are to be expected, but we're just flagging that there is a flooding downpour threat into tonight until the 2 a.m. flood watch expires, and then we might have another flood watch tomorrow as well, in addition to potentially a tornado watch issued tomorrow, in addition to a flood watch. All right, to Carol, you're most welcome. Charlene, indeed, I want you to batten down the hatches as these storms approach tomorrow. We should have a little bit of advance warning as a line of storms does approach. We'll keep you posted on the latest thinking of our severe weather expert, Jeffrey Halverson, tomorrow, as he will write for us a morning piece, a morning update for you. Flood watch tonight until 2 a.m. Remember, turn around, don't drown. We could have another flood watch tomorrow. That's one of our many threats with tomorrow's severe weather threat, flooding downpours. Widen our menu of issues and threats tomorrow for the severe storms. So luckily, radar is slowly quieting down. We don't see any flood warnings or severe weather warnings tonight as it stands right now. And I kind of want you to rest up a little bit for tomorrow's more numerous storms and a greater number of threats tomorrow as well. So hot and humid tomorrow, combining the heat and humidity, it could feel like 100 degrees. The severe thunderstorms tomorrow afternoon and evening could bring flooding downpours with a quick inch of rain. They could bring damaging wind gusts over 57 miles per hour, large hail over an inch in diameter, and even a few tornadoes. That's why we have been talking about ahead of time trying to find an interior room, no matter what floor you're on, away from windows. Ideally, you can find something on the ground floor or subterranean floor, again, away from windows, in case there are a few tornadoes tomorrow. Here are the numbers, and here is a graphical breakdown of all of our threats tomorrow. Upper left panel there is the shaded orange, indicating an enhanced 3 out of 5 chance for severe weather tomorrow. Tornado threat level is there in the upper right, a roughly 5 to 9% chance of a tornado tomorrow, and in that area shaded in the brown especially. Lower left, which I have kind of hidden a little bit there, is our hail threat. Large hail over 1 inch has a roughly 15 to 29% chance of happening. And damaging wind gusts over 57 miles per hour has the primary highest threat tomorrow, and that is a 30 to 44% chance right there at the top of my numbers there. And I have all of this at CWG.news/latest, my latest PM update on CapitalWeatherGang.com, so you can read all about it there, And do not forget flooding downpours. Again, another threat like tonight. We have another flooding downpour threat again tomorrow night with our severe storms. A quick inch or two of rain is possible with some of these storms. And I will leave it there on YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook. Thanks so much for tuning in. This is around 9 p.m. A sample potential image of radar tomorrow night around 9 p.m. A line of storms could potentially approach, and our severe weather expert is watching this, and he is noticing that it's not looking like a broken system of discrete supercell storms that would kind of pop up with less warning on radar. In a way, it's good that we can see this line potentially moving west-east through our region tomorrow, giving us a little bit of heads up to batten down the hatches and hopefully allowing us to give you the all clear as they pass to the east, roughly 5 to 10 p.m. tomorrow. But stay tuned to Capital Weather Gang, and also have more than one way to get severe weather warnings tomorrow. We will keep you posted on timing and impacts as we get throughout the day tomorrow. It will be very active. Don't be anxious. Just be weather alert and have a plan B for all your outdoor plans tomorrow, and know where you can be safest in your building, away from windows, lowest floors possible, but even an interior bathroom away from windows if you're on a upper floor is better than being near your windows on that upper floor. Rebecca, you're most welcome. Steve, thank you. David, thank you. Patty, you're most welcome. Thanks for watching tomorrow and being weather alert. And let's see, Chris, I think the clouds will slowly clear out by Monday night, but the cold front's not expected to really fully clear us out until maybe midday, early afternoon on Tuesday. So keep that in mind, Chris, if that might impact your photography. All right. And David, yep, we could see a tornado watch tomorrow and a flood watch concurrently together issued. And I think I will leave it there. I'm over my 20-minute allotments. Camden Walker for CapitalWeatherGang.com signing off. Be weather alert and weather aware tomorrow, and please have more than one way of getting severe weather warnings and alerts pushed to you tomorrow. Take care for now.